It's trying. It's going.
Is that the screen we need up right there? You got a
3,
different screen
2.
than me.
It's live soon.
Nope, that's not what I want, is it?
All right. We are live here on the Toad Hall Morning Show. Today we go over the top 25 or plus records everybody should have in their collection, especially new collectors.
Absolutely.
And I didn't know if we were going to get this show off this morning. We got about 5 or 6 inches of snow this morning. We had to get a net plowed out this morning. Mm-hmm. We made it.
Yeah, well, you know what? The big kahuna came to my house a lot earlier than I expected. My car wasn't even ready to be pulled out of the driveway. But big thumbs up to the plow manager.
All right, there you go.
I got to find this word.
So, yeah, we're going to go over, obviously, a lot of these you guys have already seen. You know, a lot of these are very basic. But we're going to start with the most basic and kind of go on to the stuff that maybe you haven't heard of towards the end of the show. So we're going to kind of breeze through the stuff that's obvious. And then kind of tail into the stuff that's more like my favorite, maybe more your favorite.
Yeah.
Kind of get more customized as we go through.
I can't get the screen up here.
Yeah, that's all right. You'll get it.
Really? Oh, I'd like to see what we're doing.
Oh, you just have to refresh the page.
This is why I'm so beautiful this morning, because, like I said, the big kahuna came in a little... Oh, I forgot my glasses.
Oh, no glasses.
Oh.
That's all right.
They're going to have to be for next
Hey, at
week.
least your Kansas City pulled through this week.
On.
Unfortunately, my Packers did not. Sad. It's been a rough couple days for me.
I so much wanted us to be in the
Oh, man. We were going to
Super Bowl
have
together.
a great Super Bowl show. We had it all planned out. Obviously, did not come to fruition. Maybe next year. I think Mahomes will be there again next year, so I don't have to worry about that part of it.
Right.
So, yeah. So we had a lot of viewers are new to vinyl just in the last 12 months. And a lot of you are like, well, what do I need to have? I'm new to vinyl. What do I need to have? What are must-haves? So that kind of inspired this show. And obviously, Annette and I, the way we've formulated this list is a week ago, we talked about this concept.
Yeah.
I made my list of 25. She made her list of 25 totally independently.
And they overlap a bit.
And we knew they were going to overlap, obviously. So we didn't know till this morning how much they overlapped. So I'll kind of start, and then she'll probably chime in and talk about, that was on my list, or I had this other title on my list by the same artist or whatever. So,
yeah, that's a good idea.
So my number one, I'm starting from number one because, like I said, I'm starting from most obvious and going down.
Also on my list.
All, of course, should be in every collection. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. On your list, on my list.
Mm-hmm. At home.
Best-selling jazz record of all time.
Right.
I think they still sell like 27,000 of these a month.
Oh, we go through them like crazy. Still waiting for the
MoFi one, the MoFi ones to come back. This is just a regular single LP for $26, 180 gram. But a lot of people miss it's Miles Davis, but look at all the other people on. John Coltrane's on here, Paul Chambers on here, James Cobb's on here, Cannibal Adderley's on here, Bill Evans is on here.
You can't go wrong with that.
Everybody's on here.
Absolutely not.
It's a smooth jazz classic. It's not real wild. I know some people get turned off by jazz because they hear the real crazy jazz. This is not that.
Yeah, and it's always a good idea if you think you want to get into jazz a little bit, start listening to some of the, hit up YouTube, find out what you like. There are some of them, like Miles, or Thelonious Monk. He ended up, I think it was in the 60s, 70s. He started to get really whacked out in a lot of his jazz,
Yeah.
So
mid-60s jazz,
his
kind of
earlier
avant-garde.
jazz is phenomenal. If you like the whacked out jazz, then, that's...
The time period you like.
Yeah, exactly. And it's neither right nor wrong. It's personal opinion.
But
that's what's so great about music.
Yep. And jazz especially takes a big turn there in the mid-60s. So when people come to our store and they want to get into jazz, they don't know anything about jazz, this is the record they buy. We start them with 3 records, and all 3 of those are on my top list. But this is number 1.
Oh, and I forgot another one in this line, too, that neither of us pulled was the Getz and Gilberto.
I got that.
Oh, you do?
I got it covered.
Oh,
that's coming on the list.
You didn't.
So yeah,
didn't
this
look
is
through
the
it. Great.
this is the starter. This is the starter jazz for anybody's collection. Number 2, which I had pulled and then Annette kept looking for it.
Yeah, that's why it took me like 15 minutes to try to find some of my albums because I kept looking for this one. I mean, absolutely, this is one of my favorite AC/DC.
So we can get rid of this glare. Back in
yeah,
Black.
we need to maybe think about doing something about it. Back in Black. I think I've been to 2 AC/DC concerts.
I've never seen them.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
my son's first concert because I was pregnant with him.
I haven't gotten to see him. I know my buddy had tickets one time, and it was one of those where I was like, yeah, I'm in, and then he kind of changed the story, and I didn't get to go. But
Yeah.
Hell's Bells, Back in Black, Shoot to Thrill,
Their new one.
Shake a Leg. This one, No Have a Drink on Me. I'm just talking about Shook Me
yeah.
All Night Long. Is like a greatest hits record.
It
almost.
almost is.
It really is. That's why it's my number 2 on the list. It's also one of the top 3 best-selling vinyl records of all time. In fact, I think it's number 2 or number 3.
Oh,
So,
well, look at that.
Another honorable mention, I should say.
Yes, go Chiefs.
Highway to Hell, probably.
Yeah.
It's probably my next best. But also check out their new one.
I
I'll
have a
put this on
favorite
your
one
spot.
too, but I don't know if I'm supposed to say it on the air.
You can say it.
The big balls. Oh.
Ball Breaker. Is it Ball? Was Ball Breaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ball Breaker.
And we didn't have one used. I went
Yeah.
for the used AC/DC before this. So.
Yeah, we were almost always sold out of those. All right. You know we weren't going to get too far without putting this on the list. Also on Annette's. All 3 of these were on Annette's list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you were dancing to this one.
I was.
Want to be starting something?
Yeah.
Girl Is Mine, Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean. I mean, it's got McCartney on it. It's like...
It's got PYT on it. Pretty young thing. That's what all the guys say about me.
Oh,
I had
man.
some good sleep last night, can you tell?
Yeah, I can tell, for sure. $22. A used copy goes for like 17, a nice clean used. Best-selling album of all time. Can you believe that?
Yeah?
I think they sold like 100 million of these. I think they can prove, because there's 2 different numbers. There's like the worldwide number, and then there's the authenticated number. It's like 40 times platinum authenticated.
Yeah.
40 million. It's like the best-selling record of all time.
Yeah.
By far. I mean, nothing else is even close to it.
I guess I'll scratch that one off my list.
So yeah, big time record. It's all hits. It's not expensive. Changed. I mean, I would change the course of music.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it changed everything in the early '80s, 1982. So Thriller. He took this money.
Which is, I mean, what year did MTV start? It was 80. Let us know, everybody out there, 80, 81. So this video would have came out, I mean, in the beginning of the music videos, and that the video for Thriller, let alone, was
such a huge deal.
Yeah.
Well, he got all those ideas from Paul McCartney. You know, he was asking Paul. Their friendship had started, and he was asking, you know, how do I do it? How do I, you know, be like you? And Paul said, you know, you make a good record, you put out good videos for the video. He knew MTV was coming on, and he's like, can you get into the rights industry? So what did Mick Jackson do? He made Thriller music video, and then he bought all the Beatles rights with all his Thriller money. That was when Paul McCartney and Yoko Ono were trying to buy the rights to the Beatles. Michael Jackson was fresh off Thriller. He bought it for, I don't know how much cash. You know, he was cash rich after this record. So.
Which album are you referring to for the maybe a 45 RPM high quality pressing? You're talking about the Thriller album?
I was probably
let us know. That's for quick spec here. I have a question. Yeah, let us know which album you're referring to.
Make a high quality pressing for maybe 45 RPM. Miles Davis has one. Kind of Blue has one.
Yeah, I'm not sure which album he was.
Thriller? Yeah,
he or
Thriller
she was
doesn't.
referring to, so, yeah.
I need like a spot I can put these. Okay. I know. Here, put this out. This looks better than an all black AC/DC cover.
Okay.
We'll rotate them a little bit today. All right, number 4 on my list.
Thriller. He's asking or he or she. I'm sorry, I keep saying he and really sorry, but
Thriller. I don't think Thriller has.
It's a great idea.
They
and
need to
wouldn't
do
that
it.
Be
Oh man,
awesome
that would
in
be a
a
huge
45,
seller.
45 cut.
There isn't one there hasn't been one in at least the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
There might have been a CBS Master Sound back in the 80s, But
Have to
nothing,
do some research on that.
nothing current audiophile grade. Just the 180, kind of what we have now.
Yeah,
Again, not a surprise.
absolutely.
It was on your list.
That was on. Well, that was, but I also have another Pink Floyd on my list.
Well, we'll
too.
go. We'll jump to that. You dig yours out.
Dig mine out.
Another. I think this is another number 2 or 3 on the best-selling albums of all time list, for good reason. It's. Let's see if we went down here. It says we're back up.
Hopefully, we're back up.
Oh,
We
but I
lost a
think.
little connection
Yeah, I
going
think we
there.
had an internet glitch. Anyway.
Well, it's snow spots.
Oh, it could be snow spots today.
Snow spots, yeah. Not
Uh,
sunspots, because we don't have any sun today.
Yeah. Gotta get, if you don't have Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon, this is where everybody should start right there. Now, for all you audiophiles out there wondering what the best copy of this is, the best copy is highly sought to be the 40th anniversary edition.
I've heard that.
Which came out about about a decade ago. It is highly contested against the MoFi, which came out in the 70s. So this is the one that came, the 30th anniversary edition is the last analog tape taken from the analog tapes.
The 30th
This,
edition.
the 30th, correct. It's got like pyramids. It's got this image, but it has a sheet over it. It has like the pyramids, like the pyramids of Egypt on it. It says 30th anniversary. So it's just a sheet that you can take off when you pick out a shrink wrap. That's believed to be the best pressing you can get of this album. The MoFi is decent, but you got to remember the MoFi is from the early era of Mobile Fidelity, and it's running over $100. You can buy the 30th for about half that price, and it's going to sound as good or maybe better. So, just a little tip there.
My Pink Floyd that I chose, besides that one, obviously, was I Wish You Were Here. I don't know what it is about this album, but it just grabbed me. Even from the original, I had an original back in the day, but that was a long time ago. I don't have them anymore. So we've got Wish You Were Here. This is a remastered. I don't think this is yeah, it's remastered from the original analog tapes. And actually we've got some names on here. It's remastered by James Guthrie, Joel Plant, and Bernie Grunman.
It's going to be
And
good.
Bernie's right up there,
Yeah.
for those
Yeah, he's top of the shelf.
remastering. This was originally UK release September 75. We've got this here for $35. So this is my Pink Floyd on the list. Dark Side Moon, I do love. Animals, and then this. Those are my 3 favorite
And
Floyds,
if the cover's looking a little goofy to you, remember that this is how it was originally shipped out to stores back in the day. So you pull off the shrink wrap, and it has the 2 guys shaking hands and one guy's on fire.
Right.
The image everyone's more familiar with.
Right.
That's why this image looks different than what you're used to seeing. So people didn't know. It was a surprise back in the day. You opened it up, you didn't know what you were getting.
So this has got once you take the plastic off, then this black cover comes off as well. Almost like a little envelope. It peels up, and then the album.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that they did that.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, what's next on the list? Oh, these were both. This is both on both of our lists too. It's gonna be a little bit before we get to titles that weren't on both of our lists.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised this isn't number 2 bestseller.
It's up there. I'm telling you what,
It
they're making
is.
up. They're making up for lost time. This has been one of my best sellers the last couple of years here in the store. Obviously, last year we had the little, what was the TikTok with the juice guy. who
See,
did-
I missed it, and you told me
Yeah.
about it, and I totally forgot to watch it.
So every time we get a new generation into vinyl, the kids come in and they buy up Rumors. They cling to it. They love it. So that's a title that always sells well. Obviously, a record about the relationships between everybody in the band at the time, which is pretty brutal when you think about they had to tour on that and had to.
I wish you would write down the name of the documentaries I watched, because there was one about the recording studio where they originally recorded in California, and it talked about,
Sound City.
I think it was South City, and
Dave
it
Grohl.
talked about how Fleetwood Mac came together.
Yeah. Because obviously they had their a lot of early years without the girls, and then the girls joined in, and they just went up the charts like insane. And there's
One
always
was in one studio recording, the other was in another studio recording, and I can't remember if it was Mick or who it was. Ended up hearing, I don't remember the whole story, but it was a story. So that was pretty cool. I love watching those documentaries.
Yeah, I do
Not
too.
that I
love those
remember a whole
movies.
hell of a lot, but
They're so fun to watch. $26 gets you a single LP. This is pressed at Palace, which is the premier pressing plant over in Europe. This is the single LP for 26. If you're looking for an audiophile press, the double 45 from Analog Productions is in print right now.
Good.
It's $50, around 45, 50. I don't remember what it is. That's the audiophile version of this that is in print, and you can get. I am out of them. I have them on order. I should have them this week. All right, moving on. How can you have a top 25 must-own list without the Beatles?
I don't know. How can you?
Now, you could put...
You can't.
You can't. Now, I could have put basically any Beatles record out here.
Right.
And I really... This one took me the longest to figure out because... Which one would you put out in that? I mean, I did...
There's too many for me to make a decision that quick.
I did Sgt. Pepper's because I feel it most embodies their entire career. Because if you can always put Abbey Road out there, and it really sucks on the end of their tail end of their career, you could put the early stuff on there, and it misses out on all the psychedelic stuff. I had to suggest a middle album.
Yeah.
It's got...
What year was this from? I don't
67.
remember. 67.
I think it most embodies the Beatles. If you're going to give one person one Beatles album, you can only give them one. I think Sgt. Pepper's most exemplifies what their line of work was. So, $26 gets you, this is the new Giles Martin remix, which sound phenomenal, was remixed through the original mixing board at Abbey Road Studios, through the original tube console that they recorded it on, so it is no slouch. The mono series that came out about 5-6 years ago is also excellent. I would search out those two if you're an audiophile. If you're lucky enough to get a MoFi, I'm not sure that those are worth the money currently. I think if you get the Giles Martin, they're all three very good. Obviously an original mono, a UK mono, if you can find one. This is, I think, the last Beatles album that was recorded in mono. So this, if you can find one, good luck. But yeah, they're all pretty good. Just don't get one of the 80s purple label, orange labels. Get either the new one or the new mono. You'll be happy. All right. I didn't have any Dave Brubeck Timeout Take 5. Was that on your list?
No.
Brubeck Timeout Take 5 is also one of the records that we start people with, jazz records. So they say it's one of the three. I don't have a Timeout Take 5, and I didn't have a time further out. But I had a Dave Brubeck Angel Eyes, so I'm using that as a show and tell piece here today. $25. Dave Brubeck, obviously a piano guy, was on Kind of Blue, the record we showed before. Timeout Take 5 has been repressed a million times. Analog Productions, I think, did a 45 of it, if you're looking for an audiophile press. Original Six Eyes sell good, and they sound really well, so if you find an original, that's not a bad way to go either.
As long as they're still playable.
Yeah, as long as they're still playable. Good luck finding a clean one.
You
can find them. They're out there.
The jazz people records probably didn't get as much play as some of the rock that we get in. So
Yeah,
you
can
might
maybe
have
find
a
one of those.
better option of getting a jazz that's a little more clean than
Now this is
the one that I opened my mouth about earlier.
Yeah, so this is the third jazz record. When people are starting out in jazz, Miles Davis Kind of Blue, Timeout Take 5, Gets Gilberto. Those are the three. We feel they give a nice span of jazz. And then people say, I liked this one, not this one, or I like this direction, I like this or that. We can kind of say, oh, you like Gets Gilberto? Try this kind of music. What did you like about this one over this one? We can kind of get the feedback from that, and we can kind of shoot them off into the next direction. Gets Gilberto, Stan Getz, obviously a long-term jazz guy. Jean Gilberto, she was not a jazz singer. She just happened to be in the right place in the right time. She was on this record. She was an overnight sensation, became a pop star.
I don't
a jazz.
know
She
much
became a star overnight, thanks to this record right here. What's different about this? Of course, the other ones. This has a bossa nova flair to it. It has a little bit of world music into it. Brazil influence, heavy Brazil influence. Again, phenomenal. If you liked like the newer Crumbin stuff, is a total grab from this kind of era. They totally took that bossa nova feel and brought it into the modern era. But again, this is the Analog Productions, their new reissue series. It's $36, which is quite affordable.
Yeah.
There's also a 45 RPM version of it. If you don't want to spend if you don't want to spend $51, you can spend $36 and get this. Both sound great. Obviously, originals, if you can find one, is also not a bad way to go.
No, and we get them in every once in a while.
Yeah, they do sell quite fast though.
Yeah, because I think we do. You know, when I first walked in here to get back into jazz, I used to be in jazz in the 90s, early 2000s, but it was more of that day jazz. I ran upon a person here, and I was over there looking just before I worked here. I'm like, if you had to tell me one to get to start back into jazz, and of course it was that one.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. All right.
And then it was like the fishing rod was on,
And it got you going. It got you started. That's all it takes. All right, we're jumping into a little bit more.
Hey, Isabella, you don't need to take notes. You can just watch us again.
Yeah, after this, it'll be up. One note, if you watch our show live, like all of you guys watching right now, there are no commercials. After this, YouTube sneaks commercials into my shows. So
no way.
Move your mic up a little bit.
Where is it?
So that's always, thanks for watching live, 10:30 every Tuesday we do these. All right, I had to jump.
We didn't even talk about that one.
I know we didn't.
But I ran out of time.
I know. I love it, though. Pearl Jam 10, Nirvana Nevermind always talked about. People forget about the first Pearl Jam record. It is phenomenal. It really shot off with Nirvana Nevermind. This is the other half of it. I mean, people really miss out on this one, and this one it needs to be in everybody's collection. $21. It's not expensive. It's a single LP. I also have the same album was put out as an anniversary edition. This is the 2 LP that was, it's a double package, so it's the same album twice, which is kind of unique. So the first album is the regular pressing from 1991 or 91. The second LP is the remastered version of this record. So they took it from analog tapes, they remastered it, high quality press, and they put it on the second LP. So it's kind of you can kind of listen to the original or you listen to the
Sure. Get your two turntables going.
This is a used copy I have in the store if you're looking for one. I have $30 on this. I think they're new, they're like 36. But I do have a used copy in the store, so I showed that today.
Let's see. Can we have that?
Net's gonna go through the questions here. John Coltrane titles, The Love Supreme.
Yeah, we do not have that in at this time. We do have quite a few Coltranes on our site. So if you
Coltrane. We couldn't we'd be here all day if we went through everything we thought should be in everybody's collection.
Yeah.
Coltrane definitely Love Supreme is worth checking out. Again, if someone buys Miles Davis Kind of Blue and they love that one over Getsy Alberto or Time Out Take 5, that's the next one in the sequence. They get a John Coltrane record. An early Coltrane record is typically where we steer them in that direction.
And we're unfortunately tethered here, so we can't get up and walk around and show you what we do have for the Coltrane. If you ever want to know what titles we have, it's toadhallonline.com.
Yep.
All of our new titles are in there. And we do have a handful of Coltrane still in stock.
Yeah. We try to keep Davis and Coltrane almost in stock all the time.
Yes.
All right. I didn't have Weezer Blue. Of course, I'm sold out of Weezer Blue. Weezer Blue is their first album. That is their starting point. This is their second album, which is also very good. But I picked Weezer Blue because it came out in 1993, which is the same year Nirvana Nevermind came out.
And we don't have that either.
And we don't have that either because those sell out crazy too. But everyone bought Nirvana Nevermind. It was on every billboard. It was on every record store. And Weezer Blue kind of went to the side a little bit, and everybody missed it. It was produced by Rick Ocasek of the Cars. It's total California. It's total indie rock, alt rock at the time. It is a hidden gem. It's survived. I mean, I think Weezer Blue is more popular today than it was when it came out. So this is their second one. Again, this is probably my second favorite. Pinkerton's number 2 favorite. Definitely still worth owning. If you're getting into Weezer, you're looking for something new, Weezer Blue, start there.
And I have both Weezer Blue and Nirvana Nevermind at home, but unfortunately they're on CD. I was in the CDs.
And Mobile Fidelity does a press of both. They're both awaiting
Oh, yeah.
repress.
That's right.
They'll come back out eventually, but yeah, both this and Blue will come back out on Mobile Fidelity someday. All right, you got anything? Let's
I'm
kick it
gonna
over to you.
London Calling, The Clash. And it was actually on the list, and this is just so off the wall, is that my husband and I were listening to it Saturday night.
How about that?
I know, which is highly unusual. I walk in the house, I'm like, what's he listening? He's listening to The Clash? Are you kidding me? So yeah, we jammed out to this album Saturday night. That was pretty cool.
Ooh, I like.
Saturday night, that was pretty cool.
Ooh, I like this one. What kind of worked out nice is we overlapped like I don't know half of our list.
Yeah.
And then the ones that she pulled, I was like, oh, I was thinking about that, and she was like, oh, I was thinking about that one. So we kind of was like, we're kind of filling each other's gaps, so it works out really well.
So yeah, we got
London
a little,
Calling, 2 LP set, the clap.
kind of punkish kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's
going on.
total
Yeah.
punk,
Yeah.
total punk rock from the era.
1979 is the original year for this when it came out.
79, there you go.
79.
The Sire Records, that totally captured, they're on
Oh.
Epic.
Oh,
But
and it's fully remastered 180 audiophile vinyl pressing. Yeah.
if you're looking for an audiophile press, I don't know that there is an audiophile
I don't
press.
think so either.
Just get the 180 grams, probably the way to go.
It sounded great.
It probably sounds better than the original, to be honest with
Well,
you.
and we were listening to
Yeah.
this one.
All right, I had to mix it up a little bit. Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. So you're new to vinyl, and you're looking for what must I have? I had to put one soundtrack on the list, and I couldn't not pick Guardians of the Galaxy because it's got all the hits from the 70s and the early 80s that everybody hooked on a feeling by Blue Suede, Raspberries Go All the Way, Spirit in the Sky, David Bowie, Moon Age Daydream, Elvin Bishop, Fooled Around, Fell in Love, Jackson 5, 10cc, Redbone. I mean, it's this 5
What's on
stair
the
steps.
other one? I mean, that one's great.
And then there's volume 2.
What do we have on volume 2? That we
Volume
might
2.
know? Oh, Fox on the Run by Sweet.
It's got Cheap
That's
Trick,
my era
Surrender.
right there.
It's got Jay and the Americans, Cat Stevens. These aren't just kids' Marvel movies, guys.
Jay and the Americans.
These are phenomenal soundtracks.
Dang, why don't I have these?
Yeah, these are.
I need
Do not overlook these. It's got My Sleep Ward by George Harrison on it. They're really good. They're $26 and $31 respectively. Definitely check out these soundtracks. I mean, they're one of our best sellers
Yeah.
for good reason. And now that these movies are getting kind of old, people tend to forget about them. You know, they're always talking about what's new, not what's old. And there's a reason why these are on my list to pick up for sure.
And I don't know if we've thrown any actual, soul in here yet.
No.
This was on one of my
Is
lists.
that on my list?
Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? It
It
might have been.
It might have been. Anyway,
I mean, this is just a fantastic album. $26. We go back. What's Going On? Obviously, the name of the title of the album, but
title track, yeah.
title track, yeah.
Hard to keep in. Obviously, they did. If you're looking for an audiophile version, they did a one-step. It's been out of print. You can still pick them up for a couple hundred, maybe $200-300.
Mine's been open, so I can't. Say
Yeah,
something.
you've been listening years.
Yeah.
This isn't a bad way to go for $26.
$26, yeah.
Finding an original is going to be quite hard.
Yep.
We get them in rarely, and when we do, they're usually destroyed.
1971 for $26.
Yep.
And then let me. Whoa!
Caught it.
Oh my gosh, we almost had a technical issue here. I know that never happens. So just in that same school, one of the ones that ended up on my list, and did it end up on yours?
Nope.
Okay, so it's a Stevie Wonder, and it's a Songs in the Key of Life. This is actually we didn't have any new, so I did find a used, and we have had it new.
Yeah.
And this is a collector's album, includes 2 records, a bonus record, and a 24-page lyric booklet. And I believe
That one has everything.
this one has everything, so you get your.
Someone actually even
Oh.
gave you some clippings. I love when previous owners give you
Yeah.
like news clippings. Like they see something in the newspaper and they throw it in the
Yeah,
magazine.
like right here.
Yeah.
There's some articles in the back. It came with this
45.
which this doesn't even look like it's ever been played.
Yeah. The original
This
came
guy-
with a booklet, a 24-page booklet, and the 45. The 45 almost never is in them
And I think we
because
have
they
the
just
booklet,
threw them with their
too.
45s.
And yes, we have the booklet. So
What does that run?
wow, 30. Well, like $21 with
20
the
bucks,
45 and the book.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
complete one. If you just want the 2 LP without the book or the 45, it's obviously a lot cheaper than that.
Right.
But this a total complete one will run you about.
Surprised
20.
when I grabbed one out, it was a full one because we did have, a handful of them over there. So
Yeah. We try to complete them when we can.
yeah. So that one's on
Songs
my
in the
list
Key of
also.
Life. That's a good spot to start if you're getting into soul stuff. It's not an expensive record. You're getting a lot for your money.
Right. Thought I had some Aretha in here too, but I don't know if I do.
All right. I'm moving
Maybe not.
over
Yes,
to...
I do.
Move over. We got Dr. Dre coming in.
On both of our lists.
On both of our lists, I said, "Oh, Annette, I bet you didn't have this on your list." She goes, "I did." The classic.
Right there.
There it is, Dr. Dre, The Chronic.
Had to cross it off.
$24, 2 LP set. Snoop Dogg is on it. Dr. Dre has only made like 3 albums in his career, and they're all 3 phenomenal records. Obviously, I wish he'd put out another one because we sure miss it. But obviously, after Dre did this, he produced, Snoop Dogg. He kind of moved the whole Compton West Coast rap movement, which I personally love. This is kind of the epitome of it. $24, not expensive record, 2 LP set. The story behind the record's awesome. The record itself is phenomenal. Definitely worth if you're into old school rap. The other thing I should also mention about these early West Coast rap albums is these guys didn't cheap out. They paid for the highest end studio musicians to play in their record because they're smart enough to know that it needed to sound good, which has kind of been lost in current years when everybody thinks they could just put a rap album together with their MacBook. So, yeah, these sound good.
And priced. Oh my gosh. A lot of the rap stuff we get in, they price their stuff right.
They do.
They price it to sell it.
Yeah, a lot of
$24 for this.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of new rap albums are $40. They're expensive. Yeah, like I said, these guys are sharp. This guy and Kanye West have the cheapest rap albums out there.
And
so,
those Kanye sellouts since we get them in.
And that's why they sell. They price them right. I wish we had more control over that.
Run DMC. The one I wanted to pull was actually Raising Hell. We didn't have that one in, so I did pull this one, which is King of Rock, Run DMC. What do we have? $26 on this. Some of the songs we got: Rock the House. What other songs? This is produced by Russell Simmons. Do you remember Russell Simmons?
No.
I'm trying to remember what the story behind Russell Simmons is. I know his name, and I'm trying to pull it out of the brain cell that's stuck back here today.
We got a special thanks to the Beastie Boys on here.
Cool.
Grandmaster Flash, the Furious 5. Pretty cool. Yeah. $26. Get you a rap classic. Obviously, this isn't the one she was looking to pull, but at least we have this one in stock.
Yeah.
They're kind of hard to... Some of those are getting kind of hard to find. You started a new vinyl collection, and if you don't have Bob Marley Legend, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Oh, yes, you are.
$40. This is the half-speed mastered version of this record that just came out just the tail end of 2020. It's only been out a few months.
And I don't have this one. I need to get it because I love that album. Oh, my gosh.
So people say that these half-speed masters from Abbey Road Studios sound really good. I haven't had a chance to spin it yet. They do have a non-half-speed version of this. It's around $26.
Like this one I have.
Which has been out for a decade. I mean, it's been out forever. But it's got all of its hits. Is This Love? No Woman, No Cry. Could You Be Loved? Three Little Birds. Buffalo Soldier. Stir It Up. Exodus. Jammin'. Satisfy My Soul. Redemption Song. I mean, it's a total hits record. So definitely needs to be in everybody's collection.
Since I threw Russell Simmons out there, I just want to say that he is the chairman, the CEO. Oh, actually, he was the co-founder of the hip-hop music label Def Jam. That's what I was trying to think.
There we go.
Yeah. That's the information I was trying to pull out. But, oh, thank goodness for Google.
So what do we...
Hey, Robert, thanks. I think I was searching that out when you probably hit us with the message there.
Do you have any reason... This is on both our lists, too.
Amy Winehouse?
Back to Black.
Yeah. $21. Just a great album.
A new classic.
Yeah. Her voice is just so... just pulls you in.
Yeah.
There's so much emotion to it.
Yeah, she was... she was obviously a pop star, but listening back on those records, this record now, when did this come out?
It was her life.
This is, 2006. So we're coming up on almost We're coming up 15 years already. So it almost sounds like a newer jazz record now. I mean, it's pop, Sade, kind of female vocal, kind of, but her voice definitely had the feel of like an old jazz soul singer. But
Yeah.
she had the music of a little bit of a pop influence. But definitely, if you like Sade, which we're gonna transition to here,
Speaking of Sade,
if you like that, probably check out Back to Black.
yeah.
I think they're related enough. Equally good. These are little upbeat songs for someone who's so depressed. But they're really good. Definitely worth checking out.
And Sade, I just think this is a class, almost a classic in itself. This is the best of. So we've got a lot of her obvious Smooth Operators on here, Kiss of Life, The Sweetest Taboo, some of her big songs. This is $39. I think is it 2 LP?
Yeah, it's
it feels
2
like
LP.
Skatefold.
Sade records are
Yeah.
getting really hard to find. So these new 180 gram pressings are really kind of the way to go. And to be able to get the best of in one record, best bang for your buck. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know, $39, you get it all.
Right. Sony, it's from Sony Music, so it doesn't say it's 180 or anything. It's probably, I don't know, it feels pretty heavy, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice
Sorry,
record.
This is a UK press.
You have that at home?
UK. I have it on CD. I don't know if I have it on vinyl.
Okay.
Didn't you see my Facebook Saturday night?
You're listening to Sade last Saturday night?
No, my pictures that I'm trying to organize Paul's end of his music room.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
That's for another show.
Oh,
All right, guys.
I got one shelf of CDs organized
Oh, man.
on both of our lists here.
Both of our lists.
Yep.
The Hendrix. This is the debut Jimi Hendrix record. So if you're into collecting Jimi Hendrix, there are really only 4 Jimi Hendrix records, guys. I know it's very confusing because you search Jimi Hendrix, there's like 1,000 records. There's really only 4. There's this one, which is the first one. There's Axis Bold as Love. There's Electric Ladyland. Then he fired the white guys and hired black guys and did Band of Gypsies. And then he died. Okay, then he died and he had a studio. Electric Ladyland studio was full of tracks. The whole thing was full of music. So then the family goes back and has been releasing those songs with old songs or demos or whatever, or compilations or best hits, whatever. They've been releasing those since he died.
Yeah.
So if you're into Hendrix, just get the first 4. All 4 of them are phenomenal. They all have a different flavor. This is the first one: Purple Haze, Hey Joe, Fire, Foxy Lady. When Christ Mary. Are you experienced? $21, which is why we sell out of them all the
Right.
time.
And he just actually had a Maui, Live at Maui that came out at the end of the year.
And that was
I think
affordable.
we showed that on,
Yeah.
was it like
$51.
$51.
It's like 3 LP with a Blu-ray. $51. Great price.
I'm not sure if we have any left and those sold out really
I think we
quickly,
have a
too.
few around still. So this is from. So people ask about how is it? This is a 180 gram audiophile pressing, all analog mastering, 2-track master tapes by George Marino. So for $21, you're getting a quality press and a quality record.
I was afraid we were going to run out of stuff really fast.
No, we
Here's,
got plenty of good stuff.
I'll let you
There's too
talk
many
about
good
this
records to
one.
go over.
Want to talk about this one?
All right.
And I think you've got one in your box.
Yeah,
too.
so I couldn't do a best what you must own without doing a Zeppelin.
Right.
So I picked Zeppelin 1, she picked Zeppelin 4. Zeppelin 4 is the basic. I mean, I'm not going to call you basic for picking Zeppelin 4.
Well, no,
It's got Stairway to Heaven on it, so it's like the easiest sell in the world.
Right.
And
So
it's
we're
good.
talking
The
about
album's
must-
great.
We're talking about must-haves, though, and
It is a must-have.
You
I
know,
just hate
so-
to sell out like that. I hate it, but I love it.
but the people that we're trying, because we're kind of trying to gear this maybe towards somebody that just got
Just started. Yeah, you just got a
new
turntable. Yep.
and is getting into it. Okay, you've probably heard of Stairway Up to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven's on that track. It's on this one.
Right.
The first 6 Zeppelin records are all good. So this is number 1. It's going to be a little more bluesy. Good Times, Bad Times, Dazed and Confused, Communication Breakdown, I Can't Quit You Baby. I picked this one. You ask me a different day, it might be Zeppelin 2, it might be Zeppelin 3, it might be 4, it might be Physical Graffiti. Depends on my
It
mood.
might not even be Zeppelin.
No, well, I'm saying my favorite
Oh,
Zeppelin
your favorite
record.
Zeppelin,
Definitely.
okay.
I mean, they're all really good. I've even started getting into the late albums. So, you got to get a Zeppelin record. I don't care if it's 1 or 4. Put a Zeppelin in your collection. You'll love it. Even though they took old blues songs and reimagined them for the 70s, they're classic songs.
I want to throw something new on the list,
Get it.
which
Let's
I
do
don't know
it.
how many people are actually familiar with her. Lauren Daigle. This is called Look Up Child. This does come in a different version. This is the limited platinum edition. I'm trying. She's very like a smoky, soulful type of voice, and she's current. This is just check her out if you've not checked her out because it's just a phenomenal album.
Yeah, Lauren Daigle. Daigle.
Lauren Daigle.
And it's Look Up Child. So
Bluesy, jazzy, soul. There's not a bad song on this album.
Yep.
So this is just something that's newer because we've been showing a lot of
classics.
classics.
This is, I mean, Annette bought this. A lot of our regulars
Yeah.
bought this. It hasn't been really publicized a lot.
No.
It's not like she's getting a ton of radio play, but it is. I mean, it's good. It's up.
So if you
It's
like
up in-
Sade, if you like Amy Winehouse, if you like Nora Jones, if you like Diana Krall,
Yep. It's
this would fit right into that collection right there.
Yep. And
Great.
the single
album.
LP
My favorite, I think, probably from last year.
single LP came out last spring.
Yeah. And then this
This is
one-
the platinum edition. This is
And-
a
and
2
they're
LP.
numbered.
And they're numbered. I know they're limited number to like 3,000,
I'm not
which is
sure.
weird because I think the original single LP is either out of print or out of stock right now. I can't get them. I can't get the single LP, but I can get the limited edition 2 LP. So I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't tell how many.
I don't know
it's
what's going
limited,
on
but
with
this
it.
is number 612.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of those, but again, not getting a lot of publicity. It definitely should be.
No.
I have a Ziggy Stardust on my list, and I forgot to pull it.
Uh-oh.
So
Just talk about it then.
Bowie Ziggy Stardust. It's the best Bowie. In my opinion, that's where you should start if you're into David Bowie, or if you're thinking about getting into David Bowie. Start with Ziggy Stardust. I have one. It's literally in the rack over there, but I'm tethered to this table. So yeah, David Bowie gets honorable mention today.
Mhm.
This is supposed to be Nirvana Nevermind. Again, I'm out of those two. But this is.
You know, we need a new ordering manager. Or something,
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
we are just,
I'm slacking.
He's slacking really
Hey,
bad.
I can only get what they can press. I mean, you guys are buying records faster than they can make them. So, Nirvana Unplugged in New York. This is the 2 LP version. There is a single LP version. This has all the hits on it. But Nirvana Nevermind really did change the course of music. When it came out alongside with Pearl Jam 10, you know, 80s rock thing was still going. You know, there was still leftovers from that 80s rock movement, and it was kind of morphing a little bit. And when Nirvana came out and Pearl Jam 10 came out, it was a large change that we haven't seen in music really since. It was a huge movement in music and really killed 80s rock off, started the grunge movement, Pearl Jam came in and kind of morphed what was left of that, and it totally just changed. It is a total changing point in music. So
Do you think we should just kind of run through a couple of these and not maybe do full stories since we are getting down in time and we both have quite a few left? I've got this.
yeah, my bag's
I wanted
getting
to
lower.
pull Johnny Cash at Folsom Prism. You know, it's just another one that if you wanted to get your feet wet in a little bit of the
Country.
country, and this was originally, I don't even remember what year. 1968 is the original year that this.
And this
was
is the
put
one you
out,
want to
so,
start with, for
yeah.
sure. This
And-
is definitely the one you want to start with.
His stuff is really making a comeback right now.
Yeah, Cash stuff is good.
Yeah.
Cash stuff is definitely worth picking up.
Gotta have Frank Sinatra.
Yeah,
If you wanna-
we didn't have any
if you wanna-
Franks on our list.
If
but
you
yeah.
want to get to the male vocals from the
We did a lot of the female
50s,
vocals.
60s, we did female vocals. You know, he went up to. Did he do through the 80s? I can't remember when his last album was. So, Sinatra sings for Only the Loneliest. Great album. This is a 60th anniversary edition. And we do also have these used. I don't know the price right off.
We got a lot of
36
used
bucks
Sinatra.
on this one. Great one to have if you want some of that old time kind of smoky jazz, male
Rat Pack
vocal.
stuff, yeah.
Rat Pack stuff.
All right, I went the new route. Black Keys Brothers Garage Rock Classic. They just reissued. This is the 10th anniversary edition. 2 LP, bonus tracks, $36. This is a garage rock classic. I think this is their strongest album they've ever put out. If you're thinking about getting into something a little bit different, a little more garage rock, a little more upbeat, a little more gritty, something you want to drive your car real fast, get you pumped up, Black Keys Brothers.
Hey,
Check. This is
Alex,
phenomenal.
they can all be found here at Toad Hall, actually. Anything that's new vinyl is on our website, toadhallonline.com.
Yep.
Give us a call, 815-226
1259.
1259. 815-226-1259. We do phone orders. We do online orders.
Yep. We do all that stuff here at the store. If you see anything you like I said, all the new vinyl will be online. If I did was
Hi,
used,
Mark.
you will have to you'll have to call in for it.
Yeah.
Bon Iver, For Emma Forever Ago, an indie classic. I can't
I
even
had
explain.
self-titled on my list. You had that one, so I didn't pull this up.
This one, $20. I've actually seen him. I love this record. It has a special place in my heart. $20. We sell him like hotcakes. I don't even know how to explain it. He's from Wisconsin. He's from rural Wisconsin.
Oh, yes?
It's a great yes.
God, I love learning information on this show.
I don't even explain it. It's like folk rock, but he's got a very unique voice. It's kind of downbeat. It's going to be more mellow. It's not going to be a real energetic record, but it's something that you put on and chill to for sure. This is, I don't know. They're all really good. Self-titled's really good. Mm-hmm. This is really good.
Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Yep.
He actually started a rock festival up there. He's a big deal up there.
Ooh.
He's like a hometown hero up there. I had to put the hometown boys on there.
I wanted at Budokan, but we didn't have that one, so. Yep, this was my second pick, but we both had this one on it.
Dream Police. Mm-hmm. Did you pull another Cheap Trick?
I don't remember because I didn't.
We have to put Cheap Trick on the list.
I
mean, they're so influential in our lives and our store and everything we do. They're phenomenal albums. I didn't realize how big Cheap Trick was until I got the store. Like growing up in Rockford, you don't realize it till you like leave and see it from a different angle and realize how influential it is. I mean, the first one, Budokan, Dream Police, they're all good.
I had Budokan on 8-track.
You have to have a Cheap Trick record in the collection.
Oh my
Always.
God,
Must
8-track.
have.
Oh.
Yeah, 8-track. That's
Gotta throw in a little Devo.
Oh man, I told her which one to pull. She's like, "Gotta put Devo in." I said, "Yep."
Actually, this is the one I had in my hand before.
Oh, good.
This one has We Are Devo. Is this a single?
Are We Not Men? No, this is their first record.
Okay.
This is their first. This does not have Whip It on it, guys. So if you're looking for Whip It, it's not on this record. This I think is this is my favorite Devo record. It's a little wacky out there. You can hear the late, the early '70s, early new wave, alternative music. This is my favorite. Are We Not Men? It's quirky. It's weird. It's a little bit of new wave. It's Devo all the way. Yeah. I love it. Oh man, it's my favorite. We're a Devo fan. Of course, Arctic Monkeys AM. This is not Arctic Monkeys AM. This is Arctic Monkeys, their new live that came out because I'm out of AM. Because people have been buying them up by the droves. So Tuesdays are the day I reorder vinyl.
I hope you guys saw the eye roll there.
Yeah, 2 LP, limited edition, clear vinyl. It's basically a live greatest hits. Has all the songs from AM and a lot of their other albums, which are still really good. $30 gets you this live one. But if you haven't checked out Arctic Monkeys, start with AM, and then or move on. Even this double live is a good way to get into it because you get like all their hits for $30. And you get that.
I'm just gonna throw up some Prince here, Purple Rain. This is just another one. It's got Let's Go Crazy, Take Me With You, When Doves Cry. So if you want to get to know Prince, this is a good way to start.
Yep.
$26 and
Purple Rain 1999.
Original 1984 packaging includes poster.
Yep.
For $26.
Yeah, you're not gonna find an original for that. How about Eagles, Hotel California? They're the one that changed their kind of career, kind of at the tail end of their career, but was definitely their biggest hit. $26 gets you an original, not an original, but a gatefold. It's a copy of the original. 180 gram with original artwork.
I don't have an original at home.
Everyone should.
I think
If you don't have an original, go try to find one. If you don't have one, get a new one.
Yeah.
It's basically a greatest hits album as well. Fun fact, this album and the Eagles' greatest hits album, the blue one with the eagle thing on the cover, they came out within they were like 7 months apart.
Wow.
They came out in like the same year, and they were both on the top 10 greatest selling albums of all time.
At the same time? Or
Of all time, like
of
all time.
Okay.
They're both on. So they had 2 monumental hits in the same 12 months. It might have been a different year.
We didn't pull any Sufjan. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Nick's gonna have to rename the show to Top 25.
Top
It's gonna
100.
have to be, how much time do we have left? We got time to get through a little bit.
Yeah, we can keep going. We
This
got time.
actually showed up on one of my lists. I don't know much about him. We do
Sigur Rós?
Yeah.
Icelandic.
Icelandic. Yeah.
Um,
I don't know much. I don't know
rock.
anything about indie rock.
Ambient,
Okay.
kind
It
of.
did show up on one of the lists that.
Female
I looked
vocally. I mean, it's kind of like Bon Iver, but from Iceland. These records are really hard to find. They just reissued them, but I mean that record was selling for well over $200
It's 44.
before it got reissued. You can buy it for $44.
So there's that one.
If you just bought a turntable, you got to get Jack Johnson in Between Dreams. His most popular, start to back. This came out when I was like in high school. I listened to snot out of this thing. Definitely worth picking up. Hawaiian. He's obviously from Hawaii. 1% goes back to the planet, which is cool.
Oh, that's cool.
He was a surfer before he got into music, and that's why he only tours in the summer, because all the big waves come in on Hawaii in the winter.
Yeah, sure.
So he surfs all winter and then he tours all summer, and then
So basically, we should be in Hawaii right now trying to catch some waves.
well he is. I'm not good enough to go catch those big ass waves.
So I'll just watch him.
Yeah, but he hasn't been putting out a lot of new music because he's been busy helping the planet. So that's what his self.
This showed up on one of my lists, and I'm gonna let Nick talk about this one. This cover just gets me every time. I just find it so disturbing.
I don't find it disturbing, but I do like the record. King Crimson.
I've heard that.
In the Court of the
really
Crimson King.
good.
It says nothing on it.
Nothing.
There's no print on it. There's not even anything on the spine. But it is King Crimson in the Court of the Crimson King, which is their pivotal album.
Took me about a year and a half to actually remember what album this was. Nick, what album's this?
Yeah, Court of the Crimson every time. All right, I know this record just came out, guys. But Tom Petty, Wildflowers, since
Hi,
I'm
Ludo.
such a
Greetings from
huge
US.
Thanks
for watching us.
Tom Petty fan. Tom Petty Wildflowers. There's a 3 LP version, 7 LP version, 9 LP version. I put this in like all my shows. If you don't own it yet, go get the CD. Go listen to it on Spotify. It from start to finish, it's a phenomenal album. It really is.
It has to be the way it sells.
God, I love this record. This is the 7, but it doesn't matter which version you get. It's a great album.
We're
Start
gonna
to
go
finish.
with like a little bit of '70s rock. There, you got some Casey and the Sunshine Band.
What else you got in here?
This one actually,
Just stash
this
it.
one is like whenever we get it in. This is the Low Fidelity Sound Lab, the Silver Label version, and this thing just sells out as fast as we get it. I mean, yeah, well, they're my era, so I like Casey, so I'm live at.
This is in your top
saw 'em at
25?
Summerfest one.
I mean, it
year.
is it's a disco record. It's your era.
Yes, I
Oh
am.
my God! All right, I shouldn't. I
you
fell
walked
into that
right
one.
into that one. But I do love the album too.
It is. It sells out like crazy. It's amazing. Fan. I bring all the records in the store. I've seen them toured, all that good stuff. This is their first album. It's $16. This is the album that made him big. Lion Man, The Cave. There is a reason why this is in everybody's must-own collection. My personal favorite that I've been listening to is their third one, which is While They're Mind. They put down the banjos, picked up guitars. It's a little bit different flair. Shows what else they can do. If you already own this and you don't own While They're Mind, check that out. If you're just getting into them, start with this one.
I have so much catching up to do. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I know. I'm almost done, though. I'm almost done. We're getting through
No,
the
I mean
list.
with music that I need to learn about and listen to.
Yeah, I'm through my top 25. Now I'm going to go in. I have like 5 more picks that are my picks.
I didn't have 25 on my list because you got here before me and pulled yours. And I got
Unfortunately,
here
most of
really
mine are
early
out.
today too. I was so proud of myself. Got here
My-
like half an hour early.
My number one of my personal picks, Death Cab for Cutie. I come and go with this band. I love them. Then I kind of move on to something else. Then I come back, and then I find something else. And then I come back. I'm circling back around to Death Cab for Cutie. This is Narrow Stairs, a beautiful album, start to finish. This whole era for Death Cab was phenomenal. They did Transatlanticism, Plans, and Narrow Stairs. Those three were in a row. This is the third of that series. He was on a run right there. Those three records are really, really good. Again, this is Narrow Stairs. It's got a die-cut cover in the front. It's got these little windows, which you can't see. Indie rock. It's mellow stuff. It's guitar. Again, this one, the one before it is Planes. The one before that is Transatlanticism. All three of them are good places to start. What else you got in your bin?
Oh, I've got Joan Jett. I think my list ran out a long time ago, so I'm just pulling stuff that I like. You know, get a little bit of your 80s girl rock going on there.
Yeah.
Bad Reputation.
Yeah. It's a classic.
Make Believe. Yeah, definitely. Ooh, I can't name that one because then I might want to sing. If I name that song, then Mark Ricotta might say something. It's got a remake of Wooly Bully on it, and oh, You Don't Own Me. So another one I like.
All right, I have Dawes. If you haven't heard of a band called Dawes, another one of my favorites. A lot like Jackson Browne. In fact, the record that I want to talk about is called Nothing Is Wrong, which is their second album. This is a much later album. Nothing Is Wrong is kind of out of print right now. Check these guys out. Jackson Browne is actually on Nothing Is Wrong. He actually guest appears on it. So it's very heavily like Americana, Jackson Browne, Springsteen, Americana rock, really good songwriting. This is Passwords, which honestly I don't think this is their sixth album. I don't think it's their strongest, but definitely check out Dawes. Their early stuff really has some cool Americana vibes going on.
Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
Almost put this in my box. Almost. I was this close.
It's another one on my list. This is an import. $26. Get the 2 LPs and Welcome to the Jungle. You know, this has got all the songs on it. Night Train, My Michelle, You're Crazy. That's a song about me. Sweet Child of Mine. So it's got
$26.
Great tunes on here.
There is also a 2 LP deluxe version available. We have as well on the website. That album and I are the same age. It's a fun fact. All right.
I couldn't find any albums as old as me. We didn't get to that.
Didn't get that old. That's next week.
Oh, yeah.
Gorillaz, Demon Days. Again, I'm out of them. I'll get more. This is Humans, but I'm specifically talking about Gorillaz, Demon Days. Came out in 2005. Double LP. Phenomenal front to back. Even not the pop songs, even the songs that are down lower. Like Fire Out of a Monkey's Head is one of my favorite. It's a story. That's a story that's told over music. It's phenomenal. Check out Gorillaz, Demon Days. That's on my list. This is Humans, which I still have.
Oh, I have to. B-52's
Love
Cosmic
Shack.
Things. Keep your day job. Just one I picked out that I like. It's in my collection. You got some 80s.
Love Shack, baby.
You got some 80s rock going on there. A good collection if you want something a little bit different.
It's got Rome on it. Rome Around the World. Cosmic Thing. It's a great, yeah. B-52s.
I know what Nick's going to be singing.
Yeah, I had the CD. My dad had the CD of this growing up, so I listened to snot out of that too. Last one from my... Oh, you know what? I had Blink-182, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. I forgot to pull one of those. I pulled Iron and Wine. Kiss Each Other Clean is my favorite of theirs, which is their one record on Warner. They went over to he switched label for one record, and of course it's out of print. You can still find them for $20. This is Beast Epic, which is his newest one back on Sub Pop. $24. Real mellow rock. I guess I'm in a mellow rock mood, a mellow indie mood lately. A lot of what I pulled is real chill stuff today, so it's probably because the Packers lost, and I'm still kind of, trying to internalize that.
Trying to
just accept it and just
You might have to go to some type of meeting today.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm getting better though. Luckily, this store keeps me up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull. We've got Leonard Skinner here. This is this one just came out last year. This version of it, I believe.
Yep, it came out on CD long time ago.
Oh, actually, 2020.
For the vinyl. Vinyl is 2020.
Okay, I'm glad this is the last one I have to talk about. So 2018, this one came out. So Yeah, this is Leonard Skinner Icon. It's got all their good songs on it. This is just Sweet Home Alabama, Tuesday's Gone, Swamp Music, Freebird. If you want to check out Leonard Skinner, this would be a great one for you to get if you want to see all the different stuff that they do.
A start
Good-
in
a
the
good
Leonard
starter.
Skinner. Yeah, it's got
Absolutely.
everything on it. And the last one we're going to do today, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
I wanted, and I'm drawing a total blank here.
Dirt
because-
Boy, Dirt Cowboy?
Yeah,
I know that's your favorite.
that's my favorite.
I know that's your favorite.
Elton, and I've never seen a.
They
Yeah,
did
we
reissue
added
it.
it
It
new.
is a reissue. You can get them
Yeah.
new.
Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt.
Count Fantastic, which is right in this era.
Yeah.
Yellow Brick Road,
I mean, this is a great one too.
obviously for for whatever reason.
Benny and the Jets.
It's a
Your
trifold
sister
2LP.
can't twist, but she can rock and roll. The Saturday night's all right for fighting. Oh, that sounds like me and my husband on Saturday night.
Too many beers. $36. You can get an original of these. Man, this was a lot of fun. We
It
actually had a lot of
was.
fun with this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you saw anything that you need to have in your collection or something that you're like, oh, I need that in my collection, toadhallonline.com. I will put the link in the description after this video is done. You can always give us a call. We do have a $7 flat rate shipping right now, so anything that you find, doesn't matter if it's 1 or 10 records, it's $7.
That's for U.S.
For U.S. only, unfortunately.
We do ship.
We ship
We ship
international,
worldwide, yeah.
but yeah, it won't be 7 flat.
Right.
If you're looking for advice, you say, hey, I loved Michael Jackson Thriller. What else should I be getting? Or give us a call, give us a message, shoot us a line. We'll help you out. That's what we like doing here. We have a lot of fun doing this show.
We just want to thank everybody for watching us this morning, and we both made it in with this snowy morning.
Yep.
Uh,
Next week, I think we're going to go over the history of formats.
cool.
We're going to go over
Don't
music
tell all the
formats
secrets.
through the years, and we'll probably figure out something else between
Yeah.
now and
Oh
then,
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We'll add something
Because
else.
that won't take 45 minutes.
No. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Check out the channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help us out. Mo5 Minutes on Fridays, new vinyl roundup on Saturdays right here on our channel. And we will see you next week.